Hindi siya, no?
Wait naman siya, just the... Dala day mo.
Ox. Anyway, short na po ni ako ang objectives. At the end of the lesson, the students are expected to
Differentiate between those factors that managers can influence and those that are outside their control. Explain how business entitled sections and operate as business model.
Identify the characteristics, both shared and unshared, of formal and informal groups. Design an organizational structure for a medical laboratory. Compare and contrast the types and roles of authority that exist in a medical setting. Prepare an organizational chart reflecting the structure and chain of command for a medical laboratory.
first business organization as a system. So, what is a system, DI?
Self-contained collection of interacting independent components working together toward.
Okay, please read. Miss Waka.
System, a self-contained collection of interacting and interdependent components working together toward a common purpose.
Okay, explain. What is system?
Self-contained.
Tama ka ng set of procedures according to what is done. Set of procedures.
One example is like sa atong body organ system. For example, kanang reproductive system. For example, I don't know why reproductive system. Ang first thing butang sa kuman. Like for example, reproductive system. Its purpose is what? But basta naman gets mo, that is the system. Na siya mga components to make into a system. Like for example, the reproductive system na ay ovary,
Organize.
na ay kanang, say, part of ha? Fallopian. They are different with each other, but they make a system. And they have the same purpose, and they have the same, yes, and same
They work together.
Mga same. Gets?
Yes,
What is
ma'am.
system? Okay. System receive instruction and resources from, resources from external sources called input, process this internally transformation and deliver the finished goods or services to external users, means output. We will discuss that later. Social system, please read, everyone.
Like a biological organism, can also be defined as a collection of interacting and interdependent components working together toward a common purpose. Preparehas siya.
So, same or siya no? Yes. Social system. So, each component is different. Like, for example, katong example ganina nga reproductive system, no? Each component is different from each other, but they are interdependent. Dili makaproduce og egg, ay dili mahatag ni egg, ay dili mahatag ni ovaries ang egg sa uterus if wala po si fallopian tube. Gets?
Yes, ma'am.
Dapat, in order for the reproductive system to work, dapat naa sila yung interaction. Any question? Girl, ano sa mong hair? Girl, ma-distract yung Yes po. Ma-distract yung mga. Nadala ko maglatag pero ako may pinasa yung hair. Please po, girl. Umakong buhay, girl. So, one example po of kanang system or social system is kaning laboratory. Wait lang. Yan na lang nakikiwan. Tari lang sa functions. Characteristic of organizational system. Primary task. Please read the radio.
Define primary tasks, define duties that are necessary because of the nature of the system's products or services.
Please explain.
It is like parang task siya, ma'am. It is your primary task or primary duties that is needed.
So, primary task, moral siya o ng o main kuan sa kanang, like for example, ang laboratory. Its primary task is to release results, diba? So, even though kanang na-ay changes ang laboratory or ang hospital, ang laboratory, like nahimo siyang teaching laboratory. So, even though na-ay kanang additional work ang laboratory, the primary task is untouchable. Untouchable. Pero dili siya ma-change. Primary task is the reason why na-build ang laboratory. Diba? It is to produce resulta sa inyong mga tests. Hierarchy of system. Please read Huger, Idolo.
Hierarchy of systems. The process whereby self-contained subsystems develop within a parent organization, such as a laboratory within a hospital.
Explain.
We're at a laboratory within a hospital. Before siya before ka mag-release kayo, dapat siya like maabian yung mga process.
No.
Hierarchy of the
For example, ang hospital, naa siya ka ng system, organization. So first is the medical director, ang nasa top, diba? Or admin. So, ang sa under anak, naa siya radiology department, na ay laboratory department, na ay nursing department, and na ay doctor department. So, this is the parent organization. So, within the parent organization, na ay mga sub-organization. Let's say, for example, in the laboratory department, ano siya ka ng organizations within the parent, ha? The main BI. If your business is hospital, so mo na imong organization. So let's say laboratory, sub-unit sa laboratory. So unsay pinaka-top sa laboratory? Unsay head of laboratory?
Chief.
No. Oh, who is the head of the laboratory? Dili ang chief, ha? Chief is butang tawag siya ang manager. Yes, very good. Head of laboratory is the pathologist. Tapos, Under ana niya is the CMT. Under sa CMT, head sections. Section head. Section head. Section head. Section head. Ano siya sub-unit under laboratory. Then, napoy ka ng from the parent, napoy siya other, kung laboratory, napoy siya siblings. Bali, the side branch, matang taong sa RadTech department. Gets mo ang say hierarchy of system? Sa kung gusto i-point out? Oh, yes. Merchant family tree, the main, the sama, the branch, the lawas of the tree is the hospital main organization. Branches is the laboratory, the radiology department, and inside that branch, kinaabot sila yung mga sub-unit, sub-system. Example, tatong mga head sections, gets? Open system. Please read ko, girl. Ano ba ito? Go, girl. Open system.
Open system, systems that interact with the environment by both receiving and delivering products and services.
Okay. Explain.
Kung ano siya ma'am, kanang refers to open platforms like kanang kuan ma'am, kanang system that anyone can use.
Pwede. Pero, like, open system is kanang, you are open with other, you are okay sa imong mga mo interact with other system po, other organization. For example, sa lab, di ba, nakato siya, kato. So, aha man siya kanang makikuan mo something. Sa iya, within the kuan naman na siya, within the main body naman na siya. Outside open system, mo open siya with the outside system. For example, is the kanang company. Nakalimut ko sa ngalan sa company sa kanang kuan. For example, name sa company is Medex. Dili, kanang Medex, sila ang maghatag og supplies, machinery, and something sa kanang laboratory. Mo na siya. You are open to interact with outside organizations or systems. Gets? Okay. Next, equilibrium. This with go, girl, Althea.
Equilibrium, a state of stability within and between the system and its environment.
Okay. So, by its name, equilibrium means there must be a balance. Balance inside the organization. Pero sometimes, dili mag-isod ko adjust ang manager or the head or the chief medic. For example, in the laboratory, no? Why? Because there is a environmental influence. So, magtulingit ko sa di ba, the chief medtech will make sure that the organization or the laboratory is running so smoothly. So there is supposed to be a balance between the outside sources and the inside sources. So, challenging bitaw when you are a chief medtech. There are many things na maka-influence sa anang butana. Like for example, relationship between the human resources. Like ang mga medtech na ay kanang issues bitaw, init-init ang dugo ninyo sa isa't isa. Happy ang inyong pananaw na maabot lang na siyang kauban ninyo, my God. May anak bitaw. Yes ninyo. Okay, next, self-regulation. That's why wait lang. Balance dapat kanang kung sa'yo kanang lover ni balance. If you think of balance, unsa may unang masugod sa inyo? Ha? Ang balance? Girl, there's supposed to be a harmony. Yes, BFF sila. Friendship sila. So, if there's a harmony, obviously, the laboratory will run smoothly. Ibutong po niyo yung self-regulation. Sige, read everyone.
The feedback process by which the system monitors performance and provides information to its members.
Okay, by its name, self-regulation means monitoring. Monitoring. So, dapat na ay self-regulation ang inyong organization. Dapat, like, for example, na feedback, like the feedback mechanism. Kani ba mga class nung na-discuss ang feedback mechanisms? Or sa PS? Kung na
Mix and match na ni Ma'am Lai.
Oo, na-mix and match. Kaya same na dun mo ka ng topic, magod mo na, mag-isot ko ka ng adjust ko ka. So there is a feedback mechanism. Dili ko sa planning. Agoy, oh my God. Na ay feedback mechanism ng mga bitabo. So how are you going to do the feedback mechanism? Through evaluation. So what the information you gather through evaluation, you have to share it to your members. Para makabalas na conscious sila. For example, in the evaluation, may nakabutang dito, the medtech is ugly, char.
Nurse lang.
For example, malbita.
Delete ko.
Medtech malbita, nakasimangot, ganyan. So, the chief medtech will find ways na dili ko ginalita. Guys, please, smile, be friendly.
Wala ba itaw, galisiya po.
So, that is how you are going to regulate the, and that is for human resources only. So, lahi po in case nga naamay ka na pa. For example, in the machineries, medtech ng ta, so there's machines. So, if there is problem with machines, how are you going to fix it? Through quality control. Like for example, na ay too high na elevated result of FBS, consecutive elevated result of FBS. Then the medtech will say, hala, parang na ay something wrong. There must be something wrong with the reagent probably, or the machine itself, or on sabah. So, the chief medtech will say, okay, run a quality control QC. Tapos, run again for, choose a group of patient to measure its precision. Actually, nalala sa inhang yan, so, mauto siya. Guys, ha? So, if kanang, sa QC palang daan ng X na, so, inyong mga samples, mga resulta is, dili na accurate, di ba? So, kung saan yung buhaton? Mag-troubleshoot ka. How are you going to fix that? So, troubleshoot. Troubleshoot. Tara na ka mag-wash, mag-something, mag-ampo sa God. God, please! Please help me with the machine, babe. Please. Yes. Basta kita na something wrong with the machine. Tanan na lang pwede yung love, babe. Please. Don't be mad at me. I'm so sorry if di hapak ka last time. Kaya dapat kayo kung process na yun. Ha? So after troubleshoot, if dili gihapon ninyo siya makaya as medtech, kaya mag-troubleshoot, the medtech will do the troubleshooting ha. If dili gihapon makaya sa inyong troubleshooting, ay na mo mag-call of technician or engineer. Ay, engineer. Masigaw. Nahan ko, anak. Laban na, ako ang ganun na-apply sa chem. Ay, naman number. Yes, number sa kanong, oh my God, ay, dahil lang mag-chika ako. Na-engineer, chika na lang. Na-engineer, and add to, kay na-kuhan siya, quality check siya sa kanang kuan machine. And taas din siya. Yes, guwapo siya. Dili ka siya white, dili ka siya puti ba?
Tall, dark, and
Pero okay lang, lamig kung gihapon siya. And the problem is actually, so, hinkuyos ang ako ang
ikaw chika.
yes. So there are 6 traits all organizations share. Now, next. Okay, please, number 1.
Holistic and synergistic with clearly defined boundaries.
Okay, so, explain. Isa maka-explain. Holistic and synergistic with clearly defined boundaries.
What does it mean?
Wala. So, di ba each factors na as like talents. Like for example in the medtechs each have their own talents, no? Naay ka ng maayo ka yung puso. Okay, hindi man dyan tanan medtech maayo yung puso. Pero na one medtech maayo kayo mag-PVG, piyungan na lang niya. Okay, siyang puso tayo na siya, okay. Each medtech na ay mga talents. Let's say talents or certain skills. Talents or certain skills, no? So, if those medtechs kanang ma-share nila ng talent or skills with each other, so maka-form sila of synergy. Mura ka siya o kanang, di ba naamoy like for example, naamoy friendship, no? Like, how to explain this in a more clearly one? Okay, like friendship. Siya is kanang ilungon siya pero ikaw samahan. But kuan kayo mo, kanang close kaayo mo because you have formed a synergy. Gets mo sa akin?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, kasi tigdulagan eldari. Wala. Okay, sa games since tigdula man ko mas explain ako. Okay. Like for example, player 1 is a marksman. So, maayo siya o shooting skill. Yang ka-partner is player 2. Player 2 is tank. Gets mo sa akin dito, okay. So, si tank, maayo siya o kung tank, what do they make is maayo sa tank?
Defendability.
Yes, protection or defend. What do you think will happen if the shooting skill and the defend will magbirusa? Yes. So musa ka ang ilahang skill. If both of them will make a team. So that is what
Kung siya lang concerned sa kuwan ka ng complete na system rather than kanang sa mga individual.
Each individual will contribute, di ba, sa kanang kuan. Gets mo?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Tapos, with clearly defined boundaries, si player 1, yahad yung kanang, yahang trabaho yun is to attack. Diba? While this one, yahang role, ang role niya is to attack. This one, yahang role is to defend. Mo na ilahang kanang boundaries. Gets mo? Ay, unta nakasabot mo. Ay, grabe na. Buta tag ML o kuan na. Explain ani. Next! Purposeful activity and primary task. This is what I said kanina. Regarding the primary task, no? Ay. So, the organization, before makatukod of organization, na-adjoy primary task and the purpose. So, why are we going to build a laboratory? Kung saan man yung mga purpose, parang kakata. What is your main purpose? Diba? So, if if you have your purpose, how are you going to achieve that? Through its primary task. So, like I said, primary task, unchangeable. Changeable. The reason manong nakabuild yung tukod ka o ng organization. So your primary task is to release result, no? So bahala pa o ng whatever happened to the okay, let's say na lang hospital para mas kanang broad lang yan. Like hospital. Your main purpose, your main task or purpose in building the hospital is to give healthcare. Diba? So, even though makanang si hospital, let's say the Mars is a teaching hospital or the Medina, di man teaching hospital. The Mars, teaching hospital ang Mars. But its primary purpose is to give healthcare. Diba? Even though mawala ang kanang, its second purpose to teach, its primary task will unchangeable. Dili gid siya ma-change. Okay? So each organization naano siya nga principle. Gets? Okay. Next is hierarchy of system. So, unsa man ana hierarchy of system?
It's like a family tree.
So each organization na-adjud na siya organizational system. Or, organizational system. Or, kanang makita bitaw ninyo nga organizational chart. Each organization na-adjud na siya organizational chart. And each organization code, dili din na siya mawala ang president. Diba? Dili mo makabuild o ba ng organization, walay mag-head, walay spearhead sa inyo. Walay mo lead sa inyo. Diba? Gets nyo? Okay, next operates as a open system. So they are open with other organizations. They are open to interact with other systems or organizations. Now, okay na, discuss na rin ako sa inyo nga. Seek a state of stability and equilibrium and self-regulating. Next, functions of organization analysis. Please read.
Input.
Input.
The process through which needed resources are acquired and replaced.
Excuse me. So, input. Let's say this is a laboratory. So, now may external resources or external environment. Environment. Ang input is input. From its word input.
Input.
Sa may mga
Butang pasulo na.
hmm?
Ipasulo.
What you what?
Ipasulo. Ipasulo.
Ha?
Enter.
Paslod.
Sulod. Napoy pagawas. Unsa man gyud? Input mechanism.
Nagather.
What you have inside or what you put inside your laboratory or your organization. Like for example is what do you need inside the laboratory?
Equipments.
Yes, equipment. Resources. Ano gamit yung resources? Resources. What else? What else? What else, guys? The well, okay, since natin organization sa ato ang class, sa ato ang college.
Staff.
Oh, ano siya sa research. What else? What do you need man in order for the organization to work? Yes, okay. Tangan natin, supplies. What else? Funds. Funds for financial support. You know, even though, let's say, money can buy happiness, but it does. Dili malihok, dili makuha ng organization if it's without the funds. You cannot gather resources if you have no funds. You cannot have supplies if you have no funds. Di ba? And how are you going to gather these funds? Okay. Another, bukan ka sa laboratory, through mga halin, sales. Sales. Investment. Investment. Invest. Basta mo wala na. And, what else? Utang.
Insurance.
Okay, di na ako siya utang na dapat. Yes. No? What else?
Insurance.
Oh, yes. Pwede na. And aside from resources, supplies, funds, or financial supplies, what else man inyong mag-gather dati? May input din dati sa inyong labor, sa inyong organization. Hmm? Informations. Or knowledge. Di na po siguro ka magpataka o himuugan ng organization. So wala kayo. You don't know what you're going to do with the organization. So you have to gather information. Next, read. Ikaw, girl, siguro. Ay, Serato.
Transformation, the internal process whereby resources received through the input channels are converted into the products and services produced by organization.
Okay. So, is achieved by internal actions of organization. So, internal arrangement po siya. Just like, Marapod ka ng mahutan ka ng kuanan, energy, input. Next is the transformation. So, whatever you gather here sa input, darin ninyo ma-put into action sa transformation. For example, machinery. So, makarelease mo o makahimo na mo results. Maka-test, perform mo kung na may medtech. Diba? Naana mo yung mga supplies, naana mo yung mga reagents, naana mo yung masweldohan, dahil sa kanang kuan, sa kaning mga ring. Diba? Naanaman mo ka ng funds. You know what tests to be done. Diba? Okay, you have already the knowledge and the information. Gets? What is here in ano? So, continuous self-regulation. So, yes. If those works you've done here in transformation is effective, dara ninyo makuha ng monitor yung mga self. Gets? No more questions regarding the input and transformation? None? Okay. That's all napunta sa output. Output mechanism is the process of delivering the goods and services produced to the external environment. So, unsa man?
Makarelease sa result.
Yes. So, ay mukhang ka ng product here in the transformation, mahatag na nimo. So, because you have results, makarelease na. Makaproud. Tapos, nanakay test. Since naanakay mga test performs, may anak, what else? Since naanakay ma-release direct, maka-sure na git nga naamoy sales, na mo benta, na ay halin, ginana mo yung product. You have the product na mahatag sa kuan. And also, since ka ng mga ingani, you also have the information. What, kung sa'yo mga mayang input, kung saan information yung mga mag-gather, mapagawa sa product, you can give information. Consultation for the doctors. Consultation. Okay, na naman kayo resulta. Diba? So, gets? Meaning nyo? So, this is how a laboratory system. Gets? No more questions? Basig na, namin ikalugan ano nga part. Additional ideas from anyone? None? Kuan ka? Ano clear?
Detailed kayo.
So, plus points na ikaw here. Niwang na ganit kayo uban ng bukton. Niwang pa
Pwede
isa.
inis one day.
Okay, next. Organizational forces shaping the manager's job. More na siya ka lang na influence ko siya. So there are three main factors. The life cycle of the organization. So the life cycle, obviously, the start, the midlife, or year, niya,
John Mena.
quarterly life, midlife, the last spurt sa iyong energy. Then since mawala na siya, mag-start na po natin. Pwede nga na ang kanyang organization. Yes? Sige ka daw. Wait, sabi ko yun.
Will nga ngayon.
A deadline then last Wednesday. Ha? Ay, midday. Deadline na deadline.
Life.
Ay, midday.
Deadline sa utang.
Midlife.
Midlife crisis.
Midlife.
Katungo na sa mong tinabuhi, girl. Next is the external environment of the organization. Mga third parties. Okay, please read.
This fact.
Sige mo, boso. Uy.
Uy, please read.
The external environment of the organization.
The outside influence of the manager.
The shape, character, and capabilities of the institution. The external environment may include general economic conditions, laws and regulations, national and local customs, transportation routes, funding sources, available workforce, and even with weather conditions.
So, mga third party influence is siya ha. Nga walay control ang manager or ang tag-iya. So, bahala pag booming ang inyong kanang laboratory or the hospital. So, there are other factors na mga mapaana sa kanang kuwan. So, if, for example, you plan to have a the routine laboratory processing nga kanang kuan sa laboratory mo. For example, if plan is only to have a routine laboratory. But because na ay kanang pandemic, it's outside the kuan na the control of the manager. So instead of kanang mustik siya sa ihang routine laboratory, maka additional siya o special test. So dili na siya makayang routine ang ihang laboratory. Dili na siya kayang mas simple ka iyang kuan. For example, infirmary ang inyong bibil. Infirmary. So if infirmary ang inyong bibil na clinic or infirmary, so dili siya maka-cater o mga lisod, mga sakit bitaw, mga high-end na mga sakit. So, maka-focus na maka-produce, ma-shift or ma-upgrade niya ang iyang hospital to first level hospital. Yes? Or primary hospital. Nga maka-cater atong needs sa community. Gets? Either mo upgrade siya or mo close. Siya. Dili niya kaya ang gastos sa iyang upgrade. Gets? Like for example, kung ano yung economic conditions, no? So, ay usang mo na yun siya. Nag-build siya o ng laboratory. So, at first, as a young feasibility study, nindot very nice ang kanang outcome sa iyang feasibility studies. But of course, since nag-change ang power sa pinanatasan, like the president na ay change of power from Duterte to Marcos, so there is also a shift in economic balance po sa ato ang Philippines, no? So, if the shift is high, so booming ang inyong business. But since the shift is low ang kanang economic shift sa ato ang Philippines, also yung saka ang prices sa mga paliton nun. Diba? So, the money sa people, yung banay. Ang money ko ay. Diba? So, how is this going to influence your laboratory man? Demand versus supply. So, need man mo og medtech. So, since ang economy is very low, so,
Mga gamay.
mag-demand ang mga medtech ko high salary. So, since low ang business, how are you going to give a high salary if your economy, if your sales is low? Diba? Gets ninyo? So, that is example of external environment. So, how are you going to prevent that? Have to be flexible. Diba? Flexibility. Delete lang sa kwarto. Flexible. Next is the internal culture of the organization. Many managers find this a point of frustration. Actually, I have experienced that too. Because they may think they control all aspects of their department, but find themselves blocked by the history, lifestyle, and interests of both. Like for example, tatong ako. First ko na appoint as the section head sa chemistry. So before aning nang kung section head sa chemistry, naanay ka ng workflow. May workflow na dito. Meron ng unspoken rules and regulations. Wala siya, dito sa kanang panha o siya. Unspoken rules and regulation inside the chemistry section. So if I'm going to sit as the head of the chemistry, so di ba, as head, na po own ways of doing that. So, maglisod o adjust both the workflow and the newly seated official. Gets ninyo? Ang akong gipuan. So, there might be a ganang friction na mahitabo. So, how are you going to prevent that? So, nindot actually, I am happy that si Miss Liway gihapon ang president because kabalo na siya. Ang iyahang ways before kuan niya as karon. Gets ninyo? And that time when I was the section head, newly appointed section head of the chemistry, na-ako ko in my previous work, acting chief medtech po kay ang chief medtech is away for 6 months kaya nag-review siya for ACPI. So for those 6 months, I was the acting chief medtech. So I already have my own ways code in heading this, the section. So mag-clash na sila. My way versus the old way. Gets mo? This is actually normal when ang mag-elect the tawag officers. This is normal na mahitabo siya. Unless wala yung ka ng walay mga walay history, like bago pag yung kaayo ang kanang organization, wala pay history, wala pay naandan na ba? Gets nyo? Gets mo, girl? No more questions? Kinsa yung newly elected officers ka mo, no? So how, unsa man, naamot mo yung mga issues regarding your or naka-adjust na mo?
Adjust ang
Adjust.
dalawa.
Mr. Willie. Structure of organization. So formal bureaucracy. Is it
Formal bureaucracy, the official sanction lines of authority assigned by the owners of the organization, the care of organization's designated duties.
Okay, so formal bureaucracy, the formal organizational chart. What is inside inside the chart, mo to siya formal bureaucracy, ha? I need to elaborate more? No more? Kasabot ra mo? Kasabot ra ka, girl?
Yes, ma'am.
You girl, okay ha? Go. Informal groups, murder no? Kato bitawon ko I think na-discuss ako din akong informal groups. Kana bitawon ka na
Informal relationship.
oh yes, informal relationships bitaw. Friendship outside the organization bitaw. Group nga na kuan na form inside the organization, di ba? Except sa relationship and romance. Pwede na po. Counted mo. Okay, next. So, formal, para duha ko umupuan. Formal bureaucracy na. Formal bureaucracy. So, like for example, so it's chief pathologist, CMT, tapos section heads. Section heads. That is example of a formal. Inside the laboratory, right, siya ka. Tapos, in section heads, naa siya'y senior staff. Then, junior staff. Gets, for example, blood bank. Tapos sa blood bank, na sila quality assurance officer, donor, DRO, donor recruitment officer, tapos staff. Ano yung pagka ng formal? Established established officials. Hindi ba siya? Officials. Established ito ng kasi tawagan nito other terms ano nga elected officials na basta mo na siya ha. Gets na? Lagi, ano na ako alam mo na naging
Overtime.
Napunta ko 5 ano.
The next meeting.
So,
Basa na lang.
next,
Continue.
Saka na lang ninyo guys. Okay
Kaya
ha?
lang.
Next meeting, pinag-i-summarize na lang ako ni Kuban. And we will have a short quiz. Short quiz round. Tapos after the short quiz, if we still have time, mag-discuss sa punta sa kanang next. And also, warning guys ha,